Good morning, Southeast team. It's Robert here on Tuesday morning, January 26th. I guess it's pretty obvious at this point what this conversation is going to be about. A conversation, of course, is two-way, and this is just a video, so we'll have a little bit of follow-up on this with each one of you as we need to. But I want to share something with you today about our event booking. Today is the 26th of January, as I mentioned, and typically we want to be around 80% booked by February 1st. It's not a challenge that can't be met. We often do this, and most often by that first week of February, we're over 80% booked. And so we're not there yet. We're short about 260 events, but I think we can make this happen rather quickly with a little bit of action today and the remaining of the week. What I've done for you today is really I've created something that I used to use that was very helpful to me after I knew my account base. And what we're going to talk about, of course, is the idea that planning ahead is essential, but taking action today, seizing today, is how you're going to make this happen. And so let's talk about this for a minute and look at this focus funnel that I've created for you. What I always wanted to do is really take my top producing accounts and trickle it all the way down the funnel to those lowest producing accounts. And that way I know where my focus should lie. And so the top accounts are those accounts that make up 40% of your income. Obviously, very critical and important to your business. And so what I would do with those, of course, is to book those far in advance. You have other vendors vying for those dates too. And so if you front load your calendar and work on those in advance, you'll have far less problem with those. What I mean about front loading is I want you to get those accounts into the early part of the season, whether it be spring or fall, it doesn't really matter. If you get them in the front part of your calendar, the first 2 months of the season or 3 months at most, you're going to have an opportunity to show them your very best product with as much depth as you'll have all season long. Likewise, if one of those accounts falls, it'll give you time to fill up those gaps and sort of replace that 40% income that they make up. And so you want to focus on those first and really get after those. Book those, of course, for this spring, for the upcoming fall, and for next spring as well. Now, the next area is really important as well. This is sort of the meat of your account base. This amounts for 30% of your income, but it's the biggest account group that you have. And that account base there are sometimes the most challenging ones. 30% of your income is important, but sometimes the challenges to make up that 30% are difficult. And so you want to look at that. You want to get them on the calendar as quickly as you can. But also, these are the accounts that you're going to plan your season around. If there's challenges of travel, of setup, of teardown, anything related to the contact person or the account itself, any challenge at all, you're going to get those in your calendar as quickly as possible and use that early scheduling to sort of ease your mind on some of those challenges. Book those, of course, for the spring, for the fall, and get those on the calendar as quickly as you can for 2017 spring. The next category is really the most interesting category. I think it allows you to really work your calendar to its fullest. These are accounts that make up 20% of your income, and those are much more flexible accounts. These are accounts that allow you to book early, but then move them around as you might need to make these other accounts more viable in a timely manner there. So get them on the calendar early, but just know that you're going to use these accounts to sort of flex and move as needed. Those, I would certainly set tentative dates for this fall and tentative dates for next spring, in that they're going to be flexible whether it's spring or fall, and the sooner you get them on the calendar, the sooner you can use that flexibility to your advantage. The last area are the 10% income accounts, and those really are accounts that you basically expect us to plop into a date that's necessary. But here's the key thing about those. If you don't reach out to the contact person until it's time to book with them because you're trying to squeeze them in, you may really offend that client. You may not get the maximum you can out of them. And so I reach out to them now, let them know that you're trying to get them on the calendar, you're working your schedule, and that they're important to you. And you can actually pencil in dates with them so that they know you're serious and that you are, that they feel important to you as a business owner. But those accounts, of course, you want to pencil in for the fall as well, and make sure that they feel strongly that you're still working with them and you're still excited to do so. Then you can mix and match that as you need to as the time comes. But the big thing here is to really stay focused from the top down. Go after those top 40%, top 30%, that's your meat. And bread and butter, of course, to put food on the table. So you want to get after them quickly. Keep in mind too that what we're talking about here is planning ahead, making sure that you really do plan for spring of next year as well as fall of next year while you're booking right now. And we do that by seizing today. And what I mean by that is today is the day to take action. Tomorrow means nothing to you. You've already done what you can. Today is the day when you can really make this happen. So get after it. If you can't get these folks on the phone, if you can't get them on via email, take a ride, go down there, say hello, put a face to the booking process, and you will have much more success in doing that. It's also, face-to-face is a great time to talk about improving sales. And so those are the things you must do now this week to get to that 80% booking and beyond. I'm also going to send you today some notes. I'll send you some notes on what exactly are some best practices to do to get those accounts booked and some things to consider while you're booking those accounts. So I want you all to have a great week. And there's a few of you out there in the field today working. I hope things are going great for you. The rest of you, take this week and fill up that calendar, and let's get excited about this spring season that's happening right now. Seize the day, everybody. Have a great one.